Scream 6. Now, I saw this movie with a giant Scream fan. Like, that is his favorite horror franchise, and I counted 5 fist pumps in this movie. So anytime something amazing happened on screen, he did one of these. Yes! So, if you love Scream, I think you're gonna love this movie. But even if you're new to the franchise, or you've been a fan of the franchise for a very long time, that's just one person's opinion. Is it actually worth watching? Well, let me answer that for you. Hey guys, my name is Brandon, aka the BrandoCritic, and I wanna say thank you so much for being here today. I really do appreciate it. I was able to see Scream 6 in theaters a few days early, so I'm here to give you my honest, no BS, non-spoiler review for you today and tell you if it's actually worth a watch. So guys, make sure you stick around to the end of the video so you guys know my rating of the film, or else you might be going into a film that might not be right for you. But if you have seen Scream 6, then let me know your thoughts down in the comment section down below. Now, let's begin. So our directors for Scream 6 are Matt Bettinelli-Olpin and Tyler Gillett. They directed the last Scream movie and Ready or Not. I've been told to watch that movie by quite a few people, so if you've seen that one as well, let me know your thoughts. And it stars Melissa Barrera, Jenna Ortega, Courteney Cox, Mason Gooding, Jasmin Savoy Brown, and Hayden Panettiere, amongst many others, and there's a big cast in this movie. And our story is that Sam and Tara are now living in the big city, the Big Apple, New York. And of course, Ghostface is back. So what are my thoughts on the movie? Well, I would say that Scream 6 is more of the same. Now, I know what you're thinking. When you hear someone say that a movie is more of the same, you generally think that's a negative statement. Like, what did you think of Scream 6? Oh, it's more of the same. I mean, I've been using that for the Marvel movies for the last 2 years. And I get it. This is a sequel, the 6th film in the Scream franchise. And when you see a sequel, you want to see more of what you loved before, but you want it to be new, you want it to be fresh, you want it to be exciting, over the top, bigger and better than the last one. And I don't think that Scream necessarily falls into that category with its 6th installment, but it's more of a good thing. So when I say it's more of the same, this is just another good Scream movie, because the Scream franchise has many good movies, and I would argue that even the bad one, Scream 3, in my opinion of course, isn't actually that bad. Scream is a very solid franchise, and this is just another good installment in it. And it has exactly what you'd expect in a Scream movie. Starts off with a phone call, we meet our main characters and we understand their problems and their situation, basically going over the theme of the movie. We meet all of our supporting characters, aka our suspects. Lots of Ghostface encounters, the police get involved, Gale Weathers shows up, and then at the end we finally have our reveal of who Ghostface is, and there's that final monologue, and that final battle, that final chase, with it all being self-aware. That is every Scream movie in a nutshell, along with Scream 6. And if you're a fan of the Scream franchise, there are a ton of callbacks to all the Scream movies. Scream 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I still don't like that they just called it Scream, because now we have just Scream 6, so we have that 5th one as the outlier, but that's just my OCD going crazy. But if you guys have liked the video so far, hit the like button. I'd really appreciate it. So yeah, this is a quality movie. We're watching another good Scream movie. And for me, what do I look for in a good Scream movie? Well, lots of great Ghostface encounters, and Scream 6 has a ton of them. They're always super tense, they're chilling, they're exciting, engaging. Like, these Ghostface encounters are fantastic, just like all the other ones in the other movies. Lots of close calls, which I really do enjoy. And there's one encounter with Ghostface, and they're in like a corner store in New York City, and he's got a shotgun, and they're trying to be really, really quiet. They're trying to sneak around the different shelves in the convenience store. And it reminded me of Jurassic Park, or that scene in War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise, when they're trying to hide from the aliens, trying to be super quiet, trying to maneuver around so they don't get seen. And it's extremely intense. The entire theater is just dead silent. And I was like literally gripping the sides of my chair. I'm like, yeah, this is exactly what I want from a Scream movie. Now I want to talk about the kills here. Now I've seen quite a few posts online talking about the kills and how they're so creative and oh my god, they're so over the top, they're so brutal, they're so amazing. And I know that a lot of people really hold the kills at such a high regard for horror movies and especially slasher movies. I'm not really like that. I'm more of a fan of the tense moments, but that's just me. So if you guys really do like kills, then I do think you will like the kills in this movie. Now, I don't think that they're the most creative. I'm not looking at the kills and going, wow, I didn't expect them to do that. But there is some shock value because it is quite brutal. It's not a Brandon Cronenberg movie by any means, like Possessor or his most recent one, Infinity Pool, where like the gore is just like, it's intense. This movie, compared to those, it's tame, but it warrants those ooh reactions. So that's a good thing. And our main characters are awesome. I love our two leads in this movie. Melissa Barrera plays Sam, and she is struggling with the trauma of the past events of the previous movie. And she's talking about how she struggles with what she did in the previous movie, and now there's some internet conspiracies going around that she was the one who staged all the events of the last movie. So it's dealing with reputation, it's dealing with the legacy, because of course, spoiler for the last movie, her father was Billy Loomis, and she's super protective over her younger sister, played by Jenna Ortega, Tara. But Tara is not dealing with the trauma the same way that Sam is. She's going out to parties, she's wanting to hook up with random frat guys, and she's trying to live her own life, but Sam is being that overprotective big sister. So both of our characters are dealing with grief and trauma in different ways, and that ties in with the central theme of the movie, which is family, legacy, dealing with trauma and grief in different ways, and letting go of the past and letting go of our family members and the ones that we love and allowing them to grow up. And I think that that's a very good, strong central theme for the movie. So we have our characters in place, we have all of that fluff that makes the Scream movies great, but the plot was really engaging, it was exciting, it was well paced. I had to pee really badly at like the maybe 3/4 mark, and I was trying to hold it in. I'm like, I gotta hold it in because I can't leave. I really want to see what happens, and that's always a good sign in the movie. If the movie makes you fight your bowels, then I think that's a thumbs up from me. And of course we get that self-aware scene where basically one of the characters talks about how this is the 6th entry in the franchise, so now we're into the franchise territory. So with the first movie we got simple horror movie, sequel, end of a trilogy, remake, requel, and I'll be honest guys, I've never heard anyone say the term requel outside of the Scream movies. So I don't know if I'm just in the wrong film community or I'm not in the conversation enough, but anyways, the requel is the 5th one. The 6th one, it's now a franchise. And they talk about how our expectations need to be subverted, and they talk about how legacy characters, no one really cares about those legacy characters anymore, so they can be axed off. And they talk about how James Bond died in No Time to Die, and Luke Skywalker died in The Last Jedi. And I'm thinking, okay, sure, nobody's safe in this movie. I didn't think it was as clever as some of the previous ones, but you do have that scene in here. But my only problem with the movie, and again, no spoilers, but if you've seen a Scream movie before, you know exactly how the movie's going to end. Ghostface takes off his mask, and you're like, oh my god, it was him or her. And then there's that final monologue of why they did it, how they all were able to make it work out. And in this movie, I felt it quite underwhelming. I was able to guess who the killer was pretty early on. There was one minor twist where I didn't actually see that coming, but let's be honest, these movies are whodunit movies at heart. And when that final reveal happened, I'm like, it's kind of underwhelming. And the reasoning as to why this Ghostface did what they did, I'm thinking, wait a minute, you went through all of that trouble for this reason? I'm sorry, I don't buy it. So that was pretty disappointing, I will admit. But the final action scene, the final chase was very entertaining, it was very intense. So it did end off on a high note. But I will also talk about this. Sidney Prescott. She is not in this movie. Neve Campbell is nowhere to be seen, but they do mention her. And I am not a fan of when movies allow the outside world to influence the story. For example, Rise of Skywalker. Chewbacca gets a medal. This had nothing to do with the actual story and was only in the movie because fans online were like, well, why didn't Chewbacca get a medal at the end of A New Hope? That's such a big plot hole. And Disney and J.J. Abrams were like, hey fans, look what we're gonna do at the end of the movie, where it completely has nothing to do with the story at hand and has everything to do with the outside influence. Top Gun Maverick kind of had that with Kelly McGillis not being in the movie. That one handled it a little bit better, but in this movie I think they did Sidney dirty. Just a throwaway line of why she's not here, and I'm like, oh, right, because she didn't get paid, that's why. But that's more of a minor nitpick. Overall, I really did enjoy Scream 6. It's nothing shocking or out of the ordinary. It doesn't reinvent the wheel. It is another quality Scream movie. I'm giving it a 4 out of 5. I really did enjoy it, and I would love to see it again. I don't know if I liked it as much as the one from last year. I think that one had a bit more going for it, bit more shock value, and the overall theme and the reveal I definitely did enjoy way more. But like I said, this is a solid movie, and I think that if you are a Scream fan, you will definitely enjoy this one. So those are my thoughts on Scream 6. Let me know your thoughts of the movie down in the comment section down below. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more videos just like it, hit subscribe. I would love to have you a part of this channel, a part of this family. But if you really want to support the channel and join the exclusive group, then consider joining Patreon. The link is down below in the description. I give you guys movies every single month. We have monthly video chats, monthly watch-alongs where we all discuss a movie together. We all watch it together too. It's a really fun time. And you guys get to see videos early. So if that interests you, then definitely click the link down below. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate every single one of you. Leave a comment, hit the like button. I love you all, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.